You rescued a teenage girl from a burning home. So why are you the one being sued today?
Your Honor, I made the decision I believed would save her life.
And in the process, he destroyed the front entrance to my home.
Are you telling this court he had absolutely no legal right to force his way into your house?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Your Honor. Nobody gave him permission to break my door. Your Honor, the evidence will show my client acted during what he reasonably believed was a life-threatening emergency.
He pulled me out before the fire reached my room.
Are you telling this court my client should have waited for permission while your daughter was trapped inside?
I'm saying he should have respected the law. That door cost me nearly $12,000 to replace.
Then our next question is simple. What did you see that made you believe every second mattered? Captain, you forced your way into a locked home. Tell this court what made you believe you had no other choice.
Your Honor, by the time I reached the front porch, the heavy smoke and fire conditions led me to believe someone could still be trapped inside.
And that's exactly why my client made the decision to force entry.
Are you saying there wasn't another way to reach the girl without breaking that door?
Every second mattered. Searching for another entrance would have cost valuable time.
There was a side entrance. He never even looked for it.
So you're telling this court someone should stop searching for a victim and start searching for another door?
Was that specific entrance actually accessible once the fire had already spread?
No, Your Honor. Flames had already reached that side of the house before I arrived.
Then this court needs to understand exactly how that fire started in the first place. Before this court decides whether the actions were justified, we first need to know how that fire started.
I came home from school exhausted and started making mashed potatoes.
No one has suggested she started that fire intentionally.
Did you leave the stove unattended while it was still on?
Yes, Your Honor. I fell asleep before I realized the pot was burning.
She knew better. I've warned her about doing that more than once.
I never thought I'd wake up to smoke filling the house.
Mr. Carter, are you blaming your daughter for everything that happened that afternoon?
The fire started because she made a careless decision.
The court will now hear from the man who entered that burning house. Captain, take this court through the moment you entered that burning house.
The smoke was already pushing through the front hallway, and visibility was almost gone.
So you immediately began searching for anyone still inside?
What made you believe someone hadn't already escaped?
The front door was locked, but I heard what sounded like coughing from deeper inside the house. You can't honestly expect this court to believe you heard someone through all that smoke and fire.
Command, this is Dawson. We have heavy smoke.
When you've spent years responding to fires, you learn which sounds you never ignore.
Are you suggesting that if you'd hesitated, she might not have survived?
Another minute or two, and I don't believe we'd be having this conversation today.
The court will now hear from the Fire Marshal to determine whether those actions followed accepted firefighting procedures. Fire Marshal, based on your investigation, did the subject follow accepted procedures that day?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the conditions we documented, his actions were consistent with emergency rescue protocol. So forcing entry wasn't unusual under those circumstances.
Would waiting to locate another entrance have increased the danger to the person inside?
Absolutely. In a rapidly developing house fire, every second increases the risk of serious injury or death. That still doesn't explain why my front door had to be destroyed. Our priority isn't preserving property. Our priority is reaching anyone who's still alive inside. If Captain Doss delayed entry, what would have been the likely outcome? Based on the fire progression and smoke conditions, there's a strong possibility she wouldn't have survived.
If the rescue followed protocol, then this court must understand why this lawsuit continued in the first place.
Quick one. So far, the evidence says Captain Dawson did the right thing. So why do you think Shannon Carter is still pushing this lawsuit? Is this really about the front door, or is there another reason he refuses to let this case go? Share your thoughts in the comments before we continue.
If Captain Dawson followed accepted emergency procedures, then help this court understand why you're still pursuing this lawsuit.
Because following procedure doesn't excuse destroying another man's property. So after everything you've heard today, your concern is still the front door?
Are you telling this court your property mattered more than your daughter's safety?
That's not what I said, but somebody still has to answer for what was damaged. No one disputes the damage. The question is why it still matters after a life was saved.
I thought surviving would have been enough.
Has your relationship with your daughter always been this distant, or did something change long before this fire?
This didn't start with the fire, and that's all I'm willing to say.
Then this court intends to find out exactly when it did begin. You told this court your relationship with your daughter didn't begin with the fire. So when did it begin?
Long before anyone ever called the fire department. So today's lawsuit isn't the first time you've blamed her for something.
Has there been a pattern of treating your daughter differently over the years?
I've raised her the only way I knew how.
That wasn't my question. Has she been treated differently?
I stopped asking why a long time ago.
Is there something from your family's past that you're refusing to tell this court?
There are things better left buried.
This court isn't interested in buried secrets, only the truth behind them. Before this court reaches a decision, is there any evidence Captain Dawson acted outside his legal duty?
No, Your Honor. Every witness has confirmed Captain Dawson acted to save a life. I would have made the same decision again if another life depended on it.
Mr. Carter, can you present any evidence that Captain Dawson acted recklessly or outside accepted emergency procedures?
No, Your Honor, but my home was still damaged. And without that forced entry, your daughter may never have walked out of that house alive.
Captain Dawson didn't destroy my home. He saved my life.
Mr. Carter, are you asking this court to punish a firefighter for choosing a life over a door?
No, Your Honor.
Then this court will hear closing arguments before issuing its ruling. Counselor, this court is ready to hear your closing argument.
Your Honor, every witness confirmed Captain Dawson acted to save a child's life during an active house fire. I never denied he saved my daughter.
Mr. Carter, can you present any evidence that Captain Dawson acted recklessly or outside accepted emergency procedures?
No, Your Honor. Without evidence of negligence, this lawsuit has no legal foundation. My duty was to save a life. That's exactly what I did.
Mr. Carter, knowing Captain Dawson acted within protocol, why continue pursuing this lawsuit?
Because I believed someone had to answer for what happened that day.
This court has heard enough. I will now prepare to deliver my ruling, after reviewing every witness and every piece of evidence. This court is prepared to issue its ruling. Captain Dawson acted during an active residential fire where a life was in immediate danger. The evidence presented confirms Captain Dawson followed accepted County Fire Department emergency procedures. This court finds no evidence of negligence or unlawful destruction of property. The plaintiff's claim for $15,000 is hereby dismissed with prejudice. The law protects emergency responders who act reasonably to preserve human life during an active emergency.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, before Mr. Carter leaves this courtroom, may I ask one final question?
You may.
Mr. Carter, when Captain Dawson carried Jade out of that burning house, what was the very first thing you asked him?
Dad, did you even ask if I was alive?
That silence said more than words ever could. What do you think Shannon was trying to hide? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and share this story, and subscribe for more powerful courtroom stories inspired by real-life situations.